All right, folks, well, we've saved the melon patch for last. Reason being, I got a mess out here. I got a lot of this drip irrigation that I've kept for whenever we do our garden expansion. And then our old tomato trellis that we used last year, I got some hoop pieces of PVC laying around. So I got a lot of cleanup to do. So I'm gonna get busy getting this cleaned up, and then we're gonna go in with our melons. All right, so basically we just moved everything from this area to another area. We got to get these melons in the ground today. This is our last planting day for several weeks here. So I come in here, I don't know, it's probably been a month ago, and dug up these areas where I'd let the grass grow last year and tried to kill all that off, and it's worked for the most part. And speaking of something that's there, that's another one of those verbenas like over in the other bed that I had come back. So maybe this is like a second year plant. You plant it one year and it don't do good, and then it does better the next year. So we're gonna keep letting that one grow. But last year we had like marigolds all the way around the edges. We'll probably come back in and do that again. But there's a few spots here that we got to clean up, like this area over here where it's already started growing back. And there, we're gonna switch it up this year. We're gonna do our watermelons down here, and then we'll do our cantaloupe up here. And we only put our drip irrigation in on this side when we first installed. So here pretty soon, we're gonna come in here and install a couple more drip lines coming out here for our cantaloupe. So our planting method, and this is not ours, this is out there, a lot of folks do this, is we dig a hole. And the best thing that I found to use is post hole diggers. I've used them for planting all my raspberries, and I'm gonna do it for my elderberries and everything else. But we dig a hole at least 2 feet deep, and then we mix our compost, which is our leaf compost and other compost that we've been accumulating out back, and then mix that in with some of the native red dirt here once we dig it up. And then that way the root system has a direct access to that loose soil underneath, because this ground right here is really hard, it's really compacted. We grew an underground garden here for years, and it done fairly well, but then it just kept getting worse and worse, and we eventually got down to that hard pack, and it's just so hard to break through that red clay dirt that we got here in central North Carolina. So we provide that root system access to that really good soil that's loose, that's been fertilized with our compost and everything, and it's really done good for us this past several years that we've done that. We're going to start right here, and the way we're going to do our watermelons this year, we're just going to do 2 per hill here. We're going to do 2 here and 2 right there in the middle there, and then 2 down there and 2 over there. We're not going to plant anything in the middle. That way we can take our vines and let our vines just run together all out in the middle here. Should be fairly decent digging, because this is a previous hole. Starting to get down to some of that good dirt now. One of these years I'm gonna buy me an auger. There's my 2 foot mark, so that's pretty close. I just realized why it's taking a little longer to dig these is because this is where I had the cantaloupe, and I don't plant the cantaloupe that deep. So once I got down a little over a foot, a little harder digging, but We're just gonna take and scratch that loose down in there and leave it in the bottom. And we're gonna go get some of our compost put down in here and mix with some of this. Get the planting. There we go. That's easy on the old man's back, knees and hips. Trying to break it up just a little bit when I put it down in there so it ain't all clumped up. Put some more of this in there. Kind of layer it. And we'll come back in with some of this. Getting a little close to the top. We'll give it a good watering. Get it to where it starts pooling up just a little bit. One of my pieces of rebar here and just kind of give it a few pokes. Try to mix it up just a little bit. A top layer of our compost, and that's what we'll plant our seeds in. Give it another good water. Another good thing about digging this hole like this, when it comes a good rain, all this around it will hold water. And gets to this area here, it'll fall down through that loose soil, get down there to the roots. Make me just a little bit of a mound right there, not a big one. This year we're going to grow something different. You've probably seen it early on there, but we've been planting them Georgia rattlesnakes. They get long, longer than a football. We grew some that was like 45 pounds, and they've done real good for us for a few years, but we're going to switch it up this year and go in with some of these sugar baby watermelons. They're a little smaller, but give us a little change up and see how these do for us. I've done changed my mind again. I'm gonna plant 4 in each hill. And if one of them don't look like they're doing so good, I can go ahead and cull that one out. I really don't like pulling up stuff like that, but we ain't never grew these before, so I just want to make sure that they're going to do real good. I have full confidence in the seeds. And these go an inch down, so I'll go right to my first knuckle there. And I'm going to plant them like in a box shape right here. On each side. We'll give them another drink of water. Just fine mist over top of it. Get them good and soaked in. And we'll move on to the next one. All right, folks. Well, that'll do it for this video. I ain't gonna sit here and record all this. It's just the same thing that we just did here, and 2 more times up there, and 4 more times up there for cantaloupe. But appreciate you joining us on this video as we're finally getting our melon patch sowed. We still got some more planting coming up this spring. We're not done yet. We've got probably 90% done, but we still got a little bit more to go. So keep tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care.